This is Pace Per Mile with host Chris Nicholas. Take us on your next run or ride and prepare for race day with Pace Per Mile.
Welcome back to Pace Per Mile. I'm Chris Nicholas. On the show this week, we're looking at another product, and I'm sure that you have heard of this product out there for women runners, but I'm sure some of the guys are looking at it as well, maybe even for holiday gifts or Valentine's Day gifts that are coming up in a couple of months. But right now, wintertime, summertime, all year long, we sweat. Right, Kate?
Yes. Correct.
Kate Althaus from Sweaty Bands. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you, Chris?
Good. The product was something that I know people have talked about or I've seen on Facebook, on the news feed going past, but really until my wife Alexa started to really look at it and say, you know what, this is great. And she told me about it and said, we need to have them on the show. So I'm glad you're joining us this week on Pace Per Mile. And we're talking Sweaty Bands. And I thought, like most products out there that are unique for runners, there was just a few varieties. But you have like 800 of these things, right?
Yes, we do. We are proud to say that we have over 900 different styles in stock at all times. And then we also have the opportunity on our website to make custom designs. So it's really, I guess, an infinite number. Any customer can go on there and literally just plug in whatever pictures or text or anything they want, and our design team will make it for them. So we have a ton of different options floating around out there.
For our listeners that are listening to the program today, you definitely want to go to their website while we're talking to Kate today, sweatybands.com, sweatybands.com. And it pretty much says itself, but we're going to dive into exactly what they are. As a guy, I certainly have used towel to wipe my sweat off with, but really for women, they have hair flying everywhere. They have a lot of more issues, I think, in running than some of us guys do.
Yes, we do. And that's actually how Sweaty Bands were founded. Our owner, Donna Browning, is a longtime fitness instructor. She's been in the industry for over 20 years. And when she was teaching her classes, she realized that women were constantly having to stop and adjust their headbands or repin their hair back. And it was kind of taking away from their overall enjoyable experience and their energy that they were devoting towards their fitness. She just decided to see if she could fix the problem herself. And after a trip to the fabric store and borrowing a friend's sewing machine, she ultimately ended up coming up with what is now the Sweaty Band. If you haven't seen it or you haven't interacted much with it, it's essentially a headband that wraps around your entire head, and it's lined with velvet on the inside and then a small elastic portion at the back to close it off. And then it has a decorative ribbon we were kind of referring to with the 900 different styles, where you can really get creative and show your personality.
What I really like about some of the points of the Sweaty Band is that it's not going everywhere. Once it's there, it's there.
Exactly. The velvet we found really helps grip the hair and stay in with a tight hold, yet that's still comfortable. And unlike some of the elastic headbands that we've all tried, it's not going to leave a huge crease in your hair once you're finished working out. So if you're like us and you need to squeeze in those workouts in the morning or at lunch and you've got to go back to work or go back to your other commitments, you're able to really wear that, keep your hair back, brush it out, maybe restyle it, and then go on your way, which is something that we love because it mixes function and fashion and then beauty as well.
We're talking with Kate Althaus, brand development manager of Sweaty Bands. And Kate, what's so different than just taking a bandana, rolling it up, and putting it in our hair?
That's a common question and something all of us have done. For me, I remember I'm a longtime volleyball player, and I used to use pre-wrap and roll it up and put it in my hair way before the days of Sweaty Bands. And, I think at the end of the day, it's a little bit what I mentioned about a fashion. You're able with our 900 styles to show who you are and pick out something perfect that goes well with any of your workout outfits. And then it's also function in that it's going to stay tight. And unlike that bandana or the rubber band or anything else you're able to just use, it's going to hold tight and it's going to stay in place. And for investing in one versus buying countless number of drugstore headbands or any of those barrettes or anything that you can find, you're able to get a piece that's really going to be a staple in your workout and become one of your biggest accessories for inspiring you to get out there and get working out and feel good while you do it. So that's kind of why we love it. And that's why I think a lot of our customers love it, is that at the end of the day, it really does make them feel excited and just ready to take on those workouts.
And as I mentioned earlier in the show, guys can order for their wives or their girlfriends or their running partners too.
Yeah, exactly. We have a ton of male customers, and we're really big into the marathon event circuit. If you're at any of the big races, you'll typically see us having a booth there. And we love it when we have guys stop by and they're so excited to buy ones for their girlfriends or their wives or just their friends or anyone. And we're always eager to help out. And we also lately have seen some guys buying them for themselves. So if you have a little bit longer hair that you want to keep back during running or yoga or anything that you're doing activity-wise, we welcome anyone with any style, any gender, anyone to come by and shop our products, because I think we'll probably have one that fits your needs.
And you can go on the website and actually recommend a style?
Yes, you can. You can go on our website and you can send it to friends or family to recommend a style if you have something you're interested in. And a lot of times we'll experience new customers who are a little bit daunted by all of our options. And we're always available to help. We have a great customer service department, and that's one of the biggest things we build our brand on, is always being available and willing to talk to everyone. So you can always email us from our contact information on our website and ask us what might be best for you depending on your needs.
Without saying who they are, obviously you probably have some competitors out there.
Yeah, we definitely do.
If you had somebody shopping around, Googling, etc., what is that one or two thing that you would tell them that is different from your competition?
I think it's a couple things. I think first of all, we're the first and the finest in the industry of non-slip headbands. We are not obviously the first headband ever to be created, but we are the first velvet-lined, hand-sewn, ribbon upper headband that's been around. And we've really prided ourselves on maintaining the integrity of our product as we grow. We're 100% American-made, hand-sewn, locally here in Cincinnati and then in our facility in North Carolina. And we're proud to kind of support that industry and know that while we're still able to sell to a large audience, we're still able to support our domestic friends and our manufacturing communities. And then also, like I said, we have a great customer service team and those great style options where we're really the first to have developed an exclusive line of ribbons that our in-house design team makes themselves to go with the most recent trends. For example, we've been huge with this past year on the chevron phase with fashion and doing a bunch of different chevron patterns with our bands. And we've really seen our customers love the fact that we're able to quickly make different designs that are with the newest and greatest trends.
And how often do you come out with designs?
We come out with designs about once every month. We typically launch a couple new different designs. So we have chosen to just release designs as we come up with them and what's seasonally appropriate versus creating new specific lines for each part of the year. So we are constantly releasing new styles, and then we also do a couple various different limited edition collections that we just started introducing over the past year, which are just available for a limited amount of time and have been a huge hit so far.
Out of the 900 styles, I have to put you on the spot here, Kate. What is the favorite or the best seller?
So our best seller for this past year, for the first time ever, has been chevrons. So they're all different chevron patterns, and I think that really speaks to the larger trend with women right now. But our overall seller since the start of our company has been our Viva Diva. That's our sparkly headband, and one that any woman with a bit of a glamorous side is going to love. So I have a bunch that I love. I personally, right now, I'm loving our new Cheetolicious animal print, which I think is fun for the winter. And I also have my original first sweaty band, which is a print that we no longer make. It's been discontinued, but I still wear it as an homage to my initial love for this brand.
And they come in different widths, right? 1 inch and 1.5 inch. Why the difference?
The difference is for a couple different reasons. We started out with a 1.5 inch width, actually, and that's something that a few of us prefer. I'm one of them, but it's not something that fits everyone's head. So I personally have bangs, and I love when I am able to go to hot yoga or go running or anything that I can have a bit of a thicker width that's going to hold those back and not create that kind of bird feather look in front of your head. And then other women find that the 1.5 inch is a little too wide for the way that their head shape is and that it bubbles a bit in the back, so they prefer the 1 inch, which is overwhelmingly our most popular width. We also have a number of 3/8 and 5/8 inches, so a very thin band, which is a little bit better if you're looking for something super subtle, or if maybe you have a much smaller head and you need a very tight fitting product.
I learned from my wife the term flyaways. Is that what it's called?
That's exactly what it's called. And we are proud to tame those, even the worst ones that you can find. So you do not need to bring your hairspray to the gym when you have sweaty bands. You're able to just throw one on and get all those flyaways back and secure and staying from looking bad, which is also something that I love on any bad hair day in the office.
Before we started talking on the air today, we talked a little bit about how customers are reviewing your products and they say great things about it.
And that's something that we've really been fortunate to have as a brand. And we have such strong loyalty from our customers, from the point of just loving the product and really being ambassadors for us and being these genuine marketers, where we have not had to do a lot of paid marketing or anything, because we have these brand affiliates and ambassadors out there that just genuinely love the product and want to spread the word with their friends and family and anyone else they see needing one. So, we see it from our social media interaction to bloggers that reach out to us and ask to do reviews, to anyone we just meet at expos or on the street. Started out as customers ourselves. I was a huge fan, and I just fortunately was able to come on with the company. And we all just have, I think, a similar love for the fact that we're able to finally find a product that stays well and we feel like is a great investment and a great brand to identify with.
We'll talk about the traditional ways our listeners can reach out to you in a matter of minutes as we wrap up. You mentioned you are at expos and part of the running community. I mean, really, that's your lifeblood, right?
Yeah, and that's actually how we started. Back when Donna Browning began the brand in 2007, she put every dollar from her sales back into a fund. We've really grown the business. That's been our bread and butter for so many years. We love to attend them. We go to about 100 every year across the nation. And some of our biggest race series that you can always find us at are any of the Run Disney races, any of the rock and roll marathons, and any other local large marathons like New York, Chicago, Boston, or any of those. We typically come, we set up a huge booth, we crank the music and put our pink flags up and have a party every weekend. We love the running community and we love getting out there and meeting them, and are so excited to hear everyone's stories and really see how our customers are and how they differ across the nation and also how they're the same.
Well, we wanted to share your product with the running community if they didn't know about it. And obviously there's a lot of people that do. If you've been thinking about, I haven't bought one yet, I think it's probably time, right?
Yes, it is. And to make people feel a little bit better about it, we always let you know that we do have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So we have a lot of skeptics, and we completely understand that because you've been probably burned a lot of times by the headband industry and all these headbands that say they're not going to slip and they do. So we understand the skeptics out there, and we always encourage them just to try it out. And if for some reason it's not something that they want, we will always have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. We'll take it back, make you happy. For us, it's just, we love to encourage people, just make that try, and we think you're going to love it. We think you'll become a believer, and you won't be able to have just one after that.
Kate, how do people get a hold of you?
So on Sweaty Bands, there's a couple different contact information. There's our phone, which we're here Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 in our office in Cincinnati. There's also a general email, our contact sweaty@sweatybands.com, where we're happy to answer any of your questions at any time. We have a 100% response rate, so we will always get back to you no matter what you ask. And then we also have all of our social networks. Instagram, we're huge on. We love Twitter and we love Facebook. And then you can come visit us if you're in the Cincinnati area at our warehouse, or if not, at any of the expos that we're at. So look for us on your expo list and see if we're a vendor there, and then make sure to come by and see us and talk to one of our representatives then.
Kate Althaus, Brand Development Manager for Sweaty Bands. Thanks for taking a few minutes and chatting with us today. It's a great product. We do recommend listeners to go out and check out the website, social networking, connect with you, and obviously order one.
We love for them to let us know how it feels, send us photos, tag us in their race shots and everything.
Kate Althaus, the Brand Development Manager for Sweaty Bands. I'm Chris Nicholas. We'll be back with another great product next week on Pace Per Mile.
Thanks for listening to this week's Pace Per Mile show. For more on the latest news, reviews, and more, check out pacepermile.com. Like us on Facebook and join in the conversation on Twitter. Until next week, keep putting in the miles and keep your goals high.